life is just hanging on by a thread, when you're trying to build a life on your own and every small decision feels enormous. That was me. After months of applying to jobs, I started to feel this creeping worry. Could I really make this life I wanted on my own? In a previous vlog, I had about $300 left to my name in my bank account. Thinking about rent, bills, surviving, it was terrifying. It felt like I might have failed before I even started. Then, one day I was trying to find a gym. Your girl may not be a bodybuilder anymore, but fitness is still a great part of her life. I ended up doing this free trial at this very high-end gym. And afterwards, something in my intuition told me that I should just apply. And just like that, I dropped off my resume at the front desk. Perfect timing. I remember feeling this rush of excitement when the sales manager called me back. I could feel really positive energy from the workers, and the sales manager genuinely seemed nice. He mentioned that another worker was leaving soon, and it sounded like he was offering me the role just like that. I just had to schedule a meeting with the club manager, and it was one of those moments where you can't help but think the universe always provides. You just have to keep showing up. Okay, I really don't like this kit lens that is so cropped, but I am just going to film right now and document because it is looking like I am finally getting a job. And you would have thought that I probably would have applied to some gyms while I'm here, because that's where I was working beforehand. Fitness is a part of a lot of what's shaped my life, and it is an area where I feel more confident in. However, I guess I have just been applying to cafes, restaurants, and retail. I went to go check out a gym today and do a free trial, check out the facility, see what it's like, feel out the energy, and to be honest, I've been having a lot of trouble handing in my resume to where as soon as the employee sees the resume, their reactions just turn very standoffish, and then I feel like I have a hard time getting a foot in the door. However, because I came in as a guest, did a trial, talked to personal training staff, the front desk staff, and also the sales manager, they actually got to know me as a person and not be standoffish thinking that I'm just someone who is there wanting a job. And I feel like that was the turning factor in what got the manager to call me so soon, right after I left the gym and after I handed in my resume. I feel like perhaps this was what was meant to happen, because now we're finally moved into the apartment. Things are so easily transitable from here, and gym culture is nothing new to me, so I feel like I will have a pretty easy time getting to know their systems and doing all the duties, because it's something that I am also used to as well. And I'm just feeling so overjoyed and grateful. I had refused to ask my parents and family for any help because I wanted to know that I could do it on my own, and now it looks like I don't have to ask them for help because I'll be able to start producing my own money. Seems like the hours that I asked for and the position that I asked for is available, and coincidentally enough, one of the employees there is leaving their casual position sometime in the next couple months, so the sales manager said it was perfect timing that I came in to ask about this job. So what do you know? Things are meant to be, and things are looking up. I think getting a job was the last piece to what's going to make me finally start to feel like I'm building a life and I'm building a home out here in Australia. Because prior to this, I kind of felt like I was just on vacation, spending money every day with no regard, well, not no regard, but spending money every day and having to be very mindful of things that are going out and funds that are not yet coming in. And now, I think after everything is set up, after I get into routine, I'll finally be able to feel more relaxed, and I'm really progressing on this independent journey that I had set out to do. So, huge bonus is that this facility is also the nicest facility that I have come across so far in Australia. Literally every single person in there looks like a bodybuilder. It's like a mecca for fitness, and free membership is a huge perk. And it's funny because I feel like this is a repeat of the journey that I was in Vancouver in terms of finding work after I'd lost my job earlier this year. Going through that struggle, facing rejection, to be able to persevere through feeling so discouraged all the time with all my applications, to coming into a space where I feel like, one, I fit in, 2, they're receptive to the energy that I'm putting out. And 3, just people and a community that seems super accepting, feels like it's lifting a huge load off my shoulders and is evidence that if you keep trying and you don't give up, which is so cliche to say, but it rings true, that things will happen. When it came to the meeting, I walked in thinking that role was mine, but then came the sit down with the club manager, and it actually became a full-blown interview. Semi-unprepared, I tried to answer questions as thoughtfully as I could, but I'm pretty sure I rambled. I tried to articulate myself well enough, but I circled around questions and I couldn't read their reactions. After that, they mentioned that they had a few more candidates to go through before making a decision, and I was told that I would hear back from them the following Monday. Monday rolls around, and I didn't hear anything. Honestly, at first I was okay with that. The club manager's energy had felt uncertain, and I realized something. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to learn a new skill. I wanted to make coffee, to be a barista. I pictured myself at a cute cafe, crafting lattes, making latte art, and connecting with people. Let's be real, baristas in Melbourne make an income that I have never seen in Canada, especially for that kind of work. So I took a beginner course in coffee making, applied to a whole bunch of cafes, and didn't hear anything back until, through a friend, I found out about a cafe in the CBD that might have an opening. The timing was perfect because they were thinking about leaving soon. I dropped by the cafe, submitted my resume, and unexpectedly was being trialed. Alright, what a day. Little bit of update for you guys. Today, I actually went to go apply to a cafe and I didn't expect it, but they threw me in for a trial day. Honestly, I kind of wished it was more of a thing to do in Vancouver because you can put whatever on your resume, honestly, but to actually show the skill and the work and see the personality and how someone works with the team, if you do it the traditional way, you don't really know how someone works until after they're hired. And so even though I didn't expect it, part of me was scared, but the other part of me was like, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's go. How hard can it be? Instead of being fear-based, I had the mindset of, all right, I'm gonna be here to learn, I'm gonna be here to have fun, and I'm gonna be here to try. And you know what? I ended up having a really great time at this trial, and though I do not know how to make coffee like a skilled barista, I was placed on front of house duties and I did my best, and the people in this coffee shop were extremely fun to be around. And it's really clear that everybody helps the other person with what they're doing. If I could choose between working at the gym and working at this cafe, I think I would love to work at this cafe. This cafe also has a few more trials with other candidates this week, but she did say that if anything, she may be able to offer me a part-time position 3 days a week and at $27 an hour. She asked me what wage I have in mind, if I have any, and honestly, I didn't, and the fact that she said 27 boggles my mind because when I was working at a naturopathic clinic as a clinical receptionist, I was earning $27.50 an hour, and for me to be a front of house staff or a coffee barista making the same amount nearly as what I did at a job that's considered more of a higher status, that just blows my mind. And I have a good feeling. I am very excited and I'm looking forward to hearing back from her tomorrow. Though nothing is secured yet, though rent is due on the 21st of this month, I will still remain hopeful and I'll follow up with the cafes that I had applied at in other places. Fingers crossed that I do get to work with the people at this cafe that I had the trial at because they were great and I could really see myself thriving in that workspace.
Several hours later.
So, I got a text message from the cafe manager and she gave me a part-time job, or she offered me the part-time job at the cafe, which I am so ecstatic about. The amount of good feeling that I had being there at this workplace with the people who would be my coworkers was just really good. And something internally with me was really determined to find work at a cafe instead. I can't believe that it's actually come true. Actually, I can believe it because it was what I wanted and I knew somehow I would get it. I am just so grateful. This couldn't have come at a better time. I am just soaking in this miracle, and I'm definitely going to thank my connection to that cafe for helping find me work in the nick of time. And I'm also going to call a friend of mine to let them know the good news and see what they say. We'll see if he picks up. Oh, hello. Guess what?
You got a job?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Can you read it? Is it legible?
Congratulations.
Super happy
So
about it.
deserved. It's gonna be an awesome time. You're lucky to have me too.
Thank you. Now I can start building funds, and this is the final piece that makes me feel like I am actually creating a life here.
It's not good for you.
I think this deserves a celebratory treat. This is the protein bar that I found that is a dupe for Grenade, and honestly, I like it better, so we're gonna have a little bit. I finally secured a job at last, and by this point, my bank account had dropped to the lowest that I've ever seen, $25. I really kid you not. And then I told Jason the great news. His reaction? Congrats! Are you gonna get a weekend job now? I froze, deflated. After all of the uncertainty, the effort, the trying, was this not good enough? I wanted a part-time job that left me time to live, to explore, and to create. And his casual response felt like a seed of doubt. Very Asian parent-like of him. It made me feel like I had to do more. At this point, I decided that the cafe was the right choice, and after not hearing back, I figured the gym probably moved forward with another candidate. But then, a voicemail from the sales manager came through on my phone, and Jason's response was still looming in my head. I had to think critically. Should I take on another role? Could I handle 2 jobs? Would it take away my creative energy? After thinking it through with a friend, we decided, if offered, I would decline the role from the gym. Or so I thought. I panicked during the call. Initially, I was going to decline, but then I asked if I could work just the weekends. To my surprise, that was okay with them. Even one day of the weekend was okay with them. So just like that, I went from 0 jobs to 2. Definitely influenced by Jason's response, but also because I wanted to see if I had the capacity to handle more. I thought, I've seen so many friends and family handle multiple jobs, so why can't I? Working at the cafe came first, and just in the nick of time too. Alright, so this is the coffee machine that Jason's brother gave us for our housewarming gift, and this is what I'm gonna use to practice making coffee. I just bought some A2 full cream milk, which don't really see this in Canada, but this is just simply for me to practice. Jason has this tamper and has grounded up coffee that he got, and there's a milk steamer. So although I could try and steam coffee in this, I'm not quite sure how it'll create that vortex. I can also just put the milk in here, have it steamed, and then just practice making latte art. So something I've been noticing lately is actually how thoughtful Jason is. Whenever he's at Aldi's, whenever he's at Woolies or Kohl's, he'll always ask me what I need, if I need anything from there that he could grab for me. And even with this coffee machine, the other day he came home and was talking about how he wanted to get me a specific type of milk because a lot of the almond, oat, any of the nut milks, they usually contain seed oil, so he was having trouble finding one that I would use and also drink at the same time if I were to make coffee with this machine. He also wanted to get the milk for me so I can practice doing the latte art, and I thought that was very sweet, and I feel that I am very, very, very lucky to have him as a housemate. So alright, so I have to admit, making coffee at home is definitely not the same as making it in a cafe. When there's a full menu of drinks, there's a lot of different ratios to memorize versus pressing one button, but we have to work with what we've got. Additionally, when Jason said milk steamer, he meant milk frother. Again, completely different, and I should have used the steamer on the machine because the milk ended up becoming way too thick. Instead of the fabulous masterpieces of latte art you usually see, mine ended up becoming its own category of art. Some may call it terrible, but I call it blah. The cafe was incredibly busy, more physically demanding than I had imagined. Early mornings, constant movement, hundreds of people. It completely fried my nervous system. I wasn't a barista yet, though it would have been nice to acquire these latte art skills that the cafe owner has. I was just front of house, tasked with running orders, clearing tables, loading and unloading the dishes, sandwich making, processing payments, constantly task switching, picking up where other coworkers left off and having them pick up where you last left off. It was a constant state of urgency. The pace was relentless. I am 99.9% certain that all of us were averaging at least 10K steps a day from working alone. All this, and later on working the gym 2 days of the weekend, in addition, I was exhausted. I had nothing left to give back to myself at the end of the day. A lot of the time, I would come home and just collapse on the floor, laying there for at least 30 minutes. I literally have no idea how my coworkers are doing this because I am just exhausted, and I feel like I need an eternity to recover from every single shift that I do, and I feel like that is not normal. But I also don't want to seem like I'm not able to do hard work. I'm having a bit of an internal conflict. I get that this is the life that I asked for. I wanted to work at a cafe. I wanted to do something different because I had already been working at a gym in Vancouver and I wanted to grow. I wanted to learn new skills, but you know, the cafe is so busy that I'm not even learning coffee. I'm just doing everything else. You know what? I am still grateful that it is providing me income, and I'm grateful that I got what I asked for working at a cafe. And now I'm kind of struggling to believe that I can continue doing this. Clearly, I had some serious thinking to do, though I feel like my eye bags speak for themselves on what might actually be best for me. Did I really want to be someone who'd quit so soon, or should I just stick it out? I just needed time to breathe and weigh my options. On the floor, of course. Usually when I'm situated on the ground like that, Momo will keep me company. Playing with the furry friend helps de-stress at the end of the day, and in this moment, I really wished that I could trade lives with Momo. Maybe for just a week.
3 weeks later.
I've done landscaping jobs with my parents, and that is very physically tiring. I would say this cafe actually matches that, but the mental exhaustion is also the second part on top that makes it feel more draining than the landscape work. I'm really trying not to invalidate myself because everybody is nice at the cafe. Everybody is really, really nice at the cafe. Even though they're nice because I'm new, I think I have this fear that like they all look at me like I'm stupid or like I have air in my head, because sometimes it does take me a little bit longer to process things, or like I'll hear things incorrectly. Like sometimes that's part of the reason why I punch in the wrong order, and I just feel like everybody is
nice, but then sometimes I worry that they're nice on the outside. Well, internally they're thinking, man, this girl is so stupid. How does she not know that this is supposed to be like this? Or, sometimes I feel like, am I just not able to work hard enough? Am I just not like able to tolerate hard work? I don't think that's true, because I really feel like I'm trying, and I really feel like I'm working hard at every shift. It's just, seeing everybody else, it feels like it's so easy to them. I just feel a little bit inadequate, but I know that I'm capable of doing the work. It's just sometimes mistakes will happen. At first I felt like I fit in with the cafe, and now I feel like I'm really reconsidering. Not all is lost. I feel like having 3 weeks of this kind of prep where it's a high demand of multitasking, I feel like it's going to prepare me really well for the gym, and so hopefully it's a bit better. And if so, I think I'm going to reduce my hours at the cafe and work more at the gym if possible. And it's a little bit difficult because I definitely need to work enough that I am making enough money to care for myself, but I also can't be working too much to where I'm just wearing myself down, because I feel like with makeup and like the camera and everything, I feel like it's not seen, but I feel like my radiance is gone, that I feel like I'm in survival mode a lot of the days. Like, I see a lot of the people, the business girls that come in and they look so beautiful and all this and that, and I feel like my radiance is gone because I'm so exhausted and tired every day, and I feel like my brain is so slow and my cognitive function is just not there. Like, every day that I'm at work, I literally feel like I have to inundate myself with high amounts of caffeine just to be able to function, and so that I can be cognitively like sharper, so that I can do my job and I can perform. But I also know that's not good for my health, and I feel like that stress also shows up on my face and also on my body as well. And I feel like the elevated cortisol every day, like I have a hard time sleeping too, because I feel like it's just a wired but tired, and it's just because I feel like nervous system is going all day, and then because it's just consistently like that, I have a hard time actually getting proper good quality rest. If I were to represent myself as a brand, where like how I am, I don't feel as beautiful as I usually do, because I just feel like stressed and drained. Like, when your body feels weak and like it's being worn out. And I feel guilty for feeling this way because, again, I so badly needed a job, and this was the opportunity that came by. Like, I think I'm so hard on myself because part of me thinks like, oh, I'm just being a baby. Like, if my coworkers can do it, then I should be able to too. I think I can tell regular tiredness from this kind of tiredness, because with this kind of tiredness, literally pulling open a door feels like too much effort. Like, when your body feels weak and like it's being worn out, and I feel like that's where I'm at.
Look, I take full responsibility for accepting this role, even though I knew that it would push me past my natural capacity. As someone who is semi-introverted, constant interactions and high-pressure multitasking drained me. But I wanted to see if I could expand beyond my limits. Here's what I learned. Everyone is unique in their strengths and weaknesses. Just because someone else thrives working 2 or even 3 jobs, constantly switching tasks, juggling high-pressure environments, doesn't mean that you have to. Discovering that you operate differently and that that's okay is huge. It doesn't make you weaker, it makes you smarter. Smarter with how you work, where you thrive, and what you can realistically handle. Eventually, the gym work came into play. Despite my initial nerves, it was actually a breath of fresh air. Slower pace, more thinking time, less constant pressure. I reflected. The cafe provided income, yes, but did it align with the life that I wanted in Australia? Partly, but it was no longer serving me fully. I asked myself, Do I continue out of obligation and guilt for a friend getting me this job? Or do I choose what aligns with my energy and my creativity? And with that, I handed in my 2 weeks notice. My manager, luckily, was super empathetic, understanding, and kind. And then I was left with one job, the gym. 3 days a week, weekend shifts with penalties that help support me a little more financially, and the energy to create again. Safe to say, I am very happy with my decision. I don't see the cafe as a failure. I see it as gained experience, lessons, and clarity. I tried, and I learned that it wasn't for me. Life is full of experiments. Every job that you take, every project that you start, every person that you meet, and every experience that you dive into, it's a chance to see what works for you, what energizes you, and what drains you. You don't have to excel at everything. You don't have to keep doing things just because others can, or because they think that you should. Your life is not a competition. It's a series of choices. And your job is to choose what aligns with your own rhythm, your own energy, and your own purpose. Some things will be a perfect fit, and others will teach you lessons in what doesn't work. And that's okay. More than okay. That's growth. That's you figuring out how to live intentionally. It's about learning where you thrive and letting go of what doesn't serve you, even if it comes with guilt, even if it comes with expectation or pressure. It's about trusting yourself to make decisions that honor your energy, your creativity, and your life vision. So if you're watching this and feeling stuck or unsure, know that it's okay to say no. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to fail forward. Because every time that you make a choice that honors you, you are building a life that feels aligned, vibrant, and yours. And that, honestly, is the biggest win of all.